Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So yesterday I did not do a video for various reasons. One, I was just so busy. I was putting two chapters in my cozy mystery, and I started a brand new fantasy book. I will talk about that later on in the video, but I will tell you I do have one chapter written, and it's like 161 words because it was like late and I was tired. But speaking of that, also I had to do some errands yesterday. I did get some reading done, so I will be doing that. So I'm currently reading some more of The Will of the Many, and I got to chapter 41 of The Will of the Many. I have about 30 some chapters more to go, so I should have the book finished by Saturday, which is going to be great. I know I know a lot of people are going to be like, is she even going to finish the book? Yes, I actually am going to finish the book. So yeah, it's I'm not hurrying up with the book. I read it every single day and everything. So anyways, so, so there's a large amount of absolute nothing that happens in this book. There's a lot of a lot of talk about, oh, your last name doesn't bring fond memories. Oh, this is why I took you to the academy, because I knew that, I knew you could do it. I really, just like, just, what the hell is like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm almost done with the book. I'm at like 50, like, hold on a second. I'm at like 55% of the book read, and I will tell you, when I get to 60% of this book read, I will feel like I've achieved something. I really will feel like I've achieved something. Um, all in all, these characters are so like, I just I'm almost, like I said, I'm going to read this book all the way to the end, but I will tell you right off the bat, I have no desire to read book two. No desire at all to read a book two. And this is the thing about it, is like, when I went to Target to get these books, or to get my Kindle, and I saw they had both book one and book two, I was really tempted to get both books, and I am so glad I did not get both books. I will literally say, I I think they take something like Rome and they make it the most blandest and most boring place in the universe. Or culture that's Roman like. It's like, why? like I just don't seem to like understand, like, if your family is not liked, why are they still breathing oxygen? Like, why are you still here? Like, that's typically what Rome would kill, like, entire families, if they could get away with it, and they most likely did. I just don't. I don't understand, like, any of it. I just don't. And like I said, this is why I always say to people, don't buy an entire series unless you know, first of all, you're going to read the entire series, and two, you're going to like it. I read the first Akhtar book, and I thought it was entertaining, and it was pretty decent, and that's why I'm going to get the fifth book. I'm going to get the fifth book. I'm doing that like next week or something like that. But I literally am like, I have all these other fantasy books I want to read. Anyways, that is my moaning and groaning about this particular book. Okay, so getting to the fun part of the video, my book. My book's the fun part of the video. So I started chapter 1 yesterday. I don't know how many chapters are going to be in the book. My goal is 90,000 words. I have a very long way to go. And I'm just kind of taking my time with the book. I'm not really like, my goal is 10,000 words a month. That's my goal. But I'm not really like aiming to actually get that many like words down in a single month. And the reason behind this is that one of the downsides of getting your fantasy books traditionally published is that if you're on a high train, you are not allowed to have any kind of break. You have to pump out that second book or third book or fourth book. That's why I really advise people that, this is an advice my mother gave me decades ago. Don't publish until you're at least 5 books done. That way you can make sure that you have them out on time. I personally will not publish this book until I have 15 chapters or 14 chapters of the second book written. Because if by some weird chance this book turns out to be well received, people are going to want the second book. And I want to have at least 14, maybe up to 20 chapters written before I publish the first book. So that is what I am doing. So maybe by the time it reaches to the audience, I will have already had the second book finished. I don't even know if I'm going to do a trilogy or a whole. I'm thinking about just doing a duology and just leaving it at that. So yeah, that's what I am really considering doing, and everything. So what is the book about? Well, it is a competition book. So there's a competition in the book. And it is basically about these girls that are from the ages of 15 all the way up to like in their early 20s that are coming to this castle to compete. And here's the kicker. They all, except for one, believe this is, oh, if I show off my magic, I'm going to marry the king and become queen, and then, that is not what the competition is about. So one of my biggest complaints about competition romanticises or fantasies is that they are based on a very dumb premise. So in this book, your prize is not what you think it is. It is that you have to go out on the front lines and battle this Black Knight and his demented army of monsters. There are some humans in his army, but they're absolutely terrified of him, and they all think that is they all think marriage is like the prize. And there's going to be some scenes in it where they talk about what they're going to do if they win and become queen. So this is not a romantasy in any kind of way, shape, or form. This is a dark fantasy. There is no romantic subplot in it. It is just straight up fantasy that is extremely dark, extremely violent, and extremely graphic. If you like that kind of stuff, I don't even know how graphic it's going to be, but it's not going to be a puppy kitty kind of book. And also the thing about is that in this competition there is also this one particular test that these girls have to pass. I'm not going to tell you what happens to them if they don't pass it, but they have to pass it. So it's a competition with little bitty tiny bits of morality lessons or morality tests put into it, because you're going out on the front lines and you're going to be around men that you're going to be commanding just because you have magic and they most likely don't. So there's going to be like tests of wisdom, and there's going to be like different kinds of tests. Some of them, several of them don't have magic as the basis, but these girls believe that the only way to beat it is through magic. But yeah, so it's interesting. As I said, I'm taking my time with it. Now, here's a deal about the female main character. Okay, the FMC. The FMC is dirt ass poor. She is poor. She comes from a family that only a couple of them have magic. She's got like 2 brothers that have magic, and they've gone off to do things to make money, so they're kind of bringing money in. And she uses her abilities to not just ensure that they have plenty of food, but also that people don't try to rob them. Stuff like that. So she kind of suspects there's more to this competition than what she's been told, but she decides to go ahead and try it, and everything, because she's got something that a lot of these girls don't have, and that is humility, and that actually is one of the tests. That is one of the tests, is humility. So she goes there, and, she's wearing, like, rags and stuff like that, and everything, and, she takes a bath, so there's baths in this world, but they don't like, these girls that have, like, these gowns and stuff like that. They absolutely, like, don't like her, and they try to sabotage her and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I know some authors don't talk about what their books are about at all. I'm the one that does, but I don't give enough away to where you guys don't want to pick up the book. But I will tell you about the king. I base it off my brother, which is perfect. He does not have a queen. He does not have children. He's got 4 younger brothers who all have, well, not all of them, but like 2 of them have a wife and children. And he watches how, like, bad the wives are and stuff like that, and that turns him off from ever marrying, and everything. But here's the thing about it is, the intention of it is to create a book that people that are tired of competitions being absolutely pointless will enjoy. And you have a villain that you hate. Please, girls, if you ever read this book, don't fantasize about this guy. He is not a good person at all. Anyways, so I'm going to get back to the book that I'm really starting to hate, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.